NFI, Forbes 3050 Summit. Hello, I'm HG Tudor. Did you hear some screaming recently? Did you hear the banshee-like wail emanating from the Monty Shit Show area of California? Did it perhaps cause windows to be blown out, crystal glasses to shatter, dogs to start howling? Maybe small children started to cry and mosquitoes stayed away. Perhaps you did hear that noise, and of course, it was the sound of Harry's wife reacting to once again being NFI'd, which, as you know, in Tudor parlance means not fucking invited. Harry's wife's getting NFI'd quite a lot at the moment. It was nada from the Oscars. It would appear that the Met Gala consider her to be too hot to handle. The best she can muster up is being part of a crowd around at Ellen DeGeneres' for the reaffirming of wedding vows. She's not the draw that she believes she ought to be. Remember that in the head of Harry's wife, her narcissism creates a delusion that she is a person extraordinaire, that she is an individual that strides across the world like a colossus, that she is full of brilliant ideas that should be translated by way of Zoom meeting into immediate action. She forgets that she starts things and never follows them up. The failures with regard to the 40-40 fiasco, the parental leave, marching on Washington with Gloria Steinem. Her narcissism conveniently shunts that and locks it away like the Ark of the Covenant in a huge warehouse in Raiders of the Lost Ark. She doesn't sit there and think, oh, I really ought to get back round to doing that sometime. It doesn't even register on her radar because her narcissism deems that it's unnecessary to do so. It served its purpose at the time for the pursuit of the prime aims, and therefore she needn't follow up on it. Nevertheless, she believes that she is this ultra-philanthropist, amazing human being, author, fashion icon, and all-round kind, decent, empathic person. She believes, as a consequence of the delusion of her narcissism, that she's on a par with people like Amal Clooney, Hillary Clinton, Beyoncé, Oprah Winfrey, and others besides. She believes that she should be rubbing shoulders with them, that she should be, in effect, hanging out with these individuals and engaging in telling the world how it should conduct itself. But once again, her shortcomings have been evidenced on two fronts. One, she simply isn't well liked by many of these individuals, which of course includes fellow narcissists. And those narcissists are more capable, more incisive, and recognise, I'm not including that no mark in this event. And of course, then there are individuals who are not narcissists who similarly think she's not welcome, she has nothing to offer. So there are those that think to themselves, she's not liked, in effect she's toxic, so we don't want her. And then there are those that recognise she doesn't really have anything to offer. Privately, many of those individuals will express the view she's only got to where she's got to by marrying a prince. She hasn't made it for herself. She hasn't got an innate talent. She's not studied hard, forged a career at the bar, for example. She hasn't been somebody that has campaigned for years. She hasn't worked her way up the greasy pole. She hasn't secured acting gigs and made a name for herself memorably as a consequence of innate acting talent or musical ability or writing, etc. So they would look at her and think, we don't need you. This, of course, is disastrous news for the likes of Harry's wife, because she believes that she should be at certain events, that she should be walking on that world stage and alongside people who would be regarded as inspirational leaders, in some instances even great. The 2023 Forbes 3050 Summit recently took place between March the 7th and 10th in Abu Dhabi, in the United Arab Emirates. And Harry's wife was NFI'd, not fucking invited. The blurb for this explained that over the past decade, the Forbes 30 under 30 has become the world's most important honour for young entrepreneurs and leaders, while a new list, the 50 over 50, which showcases how for women and experience and wisdom and leadership mean that success no longer has an expiration date. In 2023, it was explained that they were returning to Abu Dhabi, drawing again from both of these communities. The young super achievers who innovate and the legends and icons with priceless experience to host the greatest global event for women in history, the Forbes 30-50 Summit, taking place March 7th to 10th, which was during International Women's Day. Now, of course, one major problem for Harry's wife is that she falls outside of those groups, being neither over 50 nor under 30. But that would be irrelevant, because she would expect an invitation in some form of capacity to be there and speak, not necessarily as part of those groups, but because she identifies with these groups. And of course, with it being International Women's Day, she would, as a self-proclaimed, empowered, feminist, independent woman, want to be involved in such an event, perhaps as a sponsor, using other people's money, or attending, if not speaking herself, allowing her to acquire those character traits and manage the facade by hobnobbing. Just because you're not in the group of below 30 and over 50 doesn't mean that you can't attend to actually enjoy the event and to go and listen to the speakers. And of course, she would want to be there, of course, being seen at the event, being seen shaking hands with people, talking with them, seen to be doing the great things, even if she isn't one of the key speakers. But even then, it doesn't appear that they would want her there. The key to the event is that it's about mentoring, that everyone from these communities, along with other world leaders from policy, business and NGOs, will be asked to share and forge new bonds, to work together to make participants smarter about technology, about leadership, about everything that it takes to lead, and to create relationships that will last a lifetime. So who are some of the people that were at this event and were speakers? Well, Hillary Rodham Clinton, who many of you will know was former United States Secretary of State, Senator, First Lady, lawyer, author, and activist, a prime candidate for the wannabe Harry's wife. Malala Yousafzai, a Nobel Peace Prize laureate. Gloria Steinem attended and spoke there, Harry's wife's personal hero, but she wasn't able to get Harry's wife to come along or have some prominence there. No. Aisha Curry, founder and CEO of Sweet July. Alina Zelenska, First Lady of Ukraine. Billie Jean King, the tennis icon and equality champion. Mandana Dayana, a creator and co-founder. Mo Abadou, founder and CEO of Ebony Life Media. Catherine O'Hara, Emmy Award-winning actress and writer. Amna Al-Kubazi, Formula Racing driver. Joanne C. Jenkins, CEO of AARP. Her Royal Highness Princess Lamia bint Mahed Saud Al Saud, Secretary General and member of the Board of Trustees at Al Waleed Philanthropies. Huma Abedin, Vice Chair of the 3050 Summit, MSNBC contributor and author. Misty Copeland, ballerina, author and philanthropist. Francine Casoudas, EVP and Chief People, Policy and Purpose Officer for Cisco, the software company. Lauren Watkins, President of Pura Vida Foods. Dina Radanovic, co-founder and CEO of Game2. Sunira Madhani, founder of Stacks. Aurora James, founder, 15% Pledge and creative director and founder of Brother Vellies. Karim Wazin, founder and CEO of Karen Wazin Eyewear and co-founder of KE Investments. Jessica Smith, co-founder and CIO of Touch, Paralympian and author. Naila Al-Kayal, first female film writer, director and producer in the UAE. Linya, social media influencer, Cooking with Linya. Jessica Alba, founder and chief creative officer of The Honest Company and erstwhile actress. Kelly Sawyer Patrikov, co-CEO of Baby to Baby. Nazanin Boniardi, actress and activist. Rochelle Namia, co-founder and CSO of Gnostics. Pico Velasquez, founder and CEO of Vera. Olga Kravchenko, co-founder and CEO of Musamio, and the list goes on of all the various speakers. And a quick counting up of individuals. There are in all 44 speakers who are female, and of those, I'm just going to count up those which are individuals of colour. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So just over half are people of colour. What a smorgasbord of interesting, talented and powerful individuals. They're all women, and that would be manna from heaven for Harry's wife. But she wasn't involved. Not only did she not fit the demographic to be a speaker, but the fact is she wouldn't have been considered anyway, and she couldn't even sort of be brought along as a sidekick by supposed BFF Gloria Steinem. Could you imagine how out of her depth she would be, even if she were to speak at an event such as this? Could you imagine the toe-curling, cringeworthy, beige pronouncements that she would issue? But the fact is, this is yet another key event where the power players are involved, and Harry's wife was omitted. It demonstrates the way that these individuals see her, and the fact that she has no substance whatsoever that would require for her to be involved in an event such as this. I'm HG Tudor. Thank you for listening.